Welcome to Have More Babies, the show where we explore the really fascinating sides of family, health, and, well, the whole incredible journey of becoming parents.
Exactly.
Okay, today we're looking at something truly extraordinary here on Have More Babies.
Hmm.
The unique journey of raising quintuplets. I mean, imagine the joy, right? Welcoming a new
Yeah.
baby, then multiply that feeling by 5. It's
Yeah.
just,
It
what?
really is something. And
Yeah.
it's such a huge undertaking. Quintuplets are, exceptionally rare, but they give us this amazing window into understanding the kind of support systems needed for high-risk pregnancies and the really intense specialized newborn care that has to follow.
Right?
We'll be digging into insights from leading pediatric research and some pretty comprehensive resources, basically giving you a shortcut to understanding this massive journey.
Yeah, and our mission for you listening in is to really get the full picture. What does it actually mean to conceive, carry, and then raise 5 babies all at the same time? We're going to cover, the medical marvels that even make this possible today, but also the day-to-day challenges, the triumphs, everything these families go through.
It's quite a story.
So let's get into it. Okay, first things first. Maybe let's just lay some groundwork. We all know twins, maybe triplets. But quintuplets,
Mhm.
what exactly are they and just how rare is this?
Yeah.
Especially for our listeners who, really follow family health topics.
Yeah, good place to start. So quintuplets, well, the term just means 5 offspring born from a single birth. Simple enough.
Hmm.
But the story behind how they come about, that's really evolved naturally. The odds are, well, they're almost unbelievable. Like 1 in 55 million births.
1 in 55 million?
Yeah. It's like winning a very, very specific biological lottery.
Wow. That number alone just hammers home how rare a spontaneous quintuplet pregnancy is. It really frames it as, like you said, extraordinary, almost miraculous from the start.
Exactly. And here's what's important to grasp, especially now. While it's still super rare, most quintuplet pregnancies today happen because of assisted reproductive technologies. Things like IVF or maybe ovulation-inducing drugs.
Oh,
These treatments can cause multiple eggs to be fertilized or, multiple embryos to implant. It raises the chances of multiples significantly, though usually not intentionally this many.
so it makes it more likely, but it's still not common at all.
Right. It's still extremely uncommon.
Mm.
But this shift means that while the event itself is rare, the situation often involves advanced planning and a medical background right from the get-go, which sets things up for a very different kind of pregnancy journey than, say, a surprise natural conception.
Okay, so it's less about sheer chance these days and more often about managing a known possibility, however small, a medical marvel, like we said, and careful management right away. It changes how families and doctors have to think about planning in early steps. So what does that mean for the pregnancy itself? Expecting 5. That sounds like an incredibly intense 9 months. It's got to be more than just taking a few extra vitamins.
Oh, absolutely not. A quintuplet pregnancy is, well, it's always classified as extremely high risk, full stop. It needs constant specialized medical oversight, literally from the moment it's confirmed. It really is a medical marathon.
Marathon, yeah.
You're looking at, I'd say, 3 critical areas that become super demanding. First, the monitoring is frequent and really intensive. Forget routine monthly checkups. These moms might have appointments weekly, maybe even twice a week.
Twice a week. Wow.
Yeah, and they often involve long, specialized ultrasounds. Not just checking growth, but meticulously watching each baby's development, their fluid levels, blood flow, looking for potential complications. Things like twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, which gets even more complex with more babies. These aren't just quick peaks, they can take hours. It's a huge time commitment and requires real vigilance.
So it's not just looking at the group, it's deep monitoring for each individual baby. That level of detail for 5 little lives, that must be incredibly taxing.
It is, for the medical team and definitely for the mother. Then second, the nutritional requirements are intense. Just try to imagine nourishing 5 growing babies at the same time. The mother's body needs a massive increase in calories and nutrients.
How much are we talking?
Often upwards of 4,000, maybe 5,000 calories a day, sometimes even more. And it has to be rich in protein, calcium, iron, folic acid.
Right.
It's not just about eating more quantity. It's a highly specific, nutrient-packed diet, usually guided by a nutritionist. You have to prevent deficiencies for the mom and make sure all 5 babies develop optimally. Sometimes digestion and absorption even become issues, needing extra supplements or, in tough cases, maybe even IV nutrition.
That sounds like a full-time job right there, just managing that diet, plus all the appointments. It's a huge commitment before the babies even arrive.
It absolutely is. And the third big thing is often prolonged bed rest. With the immense strain on the uterus and the super high risk of preterm labor, many mothers carrying quintuplets are advised or sometimes even required to go on bed rest.
For how long?
Could be weeks, could be months. It varies from just modified activity to strict hospital bed rest, often with continuous monitoring. The goal is simple: minimize contractions, reduce pressure on the cervix, and basically keep those babies growing inside for as long as possible. Every single extra day in the womb makes a huge difference for premature babies.
So it's not just the physical side, it's the mental load, the logistics, managing life, maybe other kids, all while basically being grounded by medical orders. It really drives home the huge commitment, the constant watchfulness, and the absolute need for specialized medical support these families require. A true marathon of nurturing.
That sums it up well.
Okay, so after those incredibly tough months, the big day finally comes. 5 babies getting ready to make their entrance. This obviously isn't your standard delivery room scene. It must take like an army of professionals and coordination that's hard to even picture.
You're totally right. It's a meticulously planned precision event. The birth of quintuplets is almost always a scheduled C-section. And yes, it requires a really large, specialized medical team. We're often talking upwards of 20, maybe even 30 healthcare professionals.
Yeah.
All with very specific jobs.
30 people. Goodness.
Yeah. You'll have multiple obstetricians, usually 2 or 3, one focused on the mother, others specifically on carefully delivering each baby. Then, and this is critical, multiple neonatologists and pediatric residents, ideally one for each baby.
1 team per baby.
Exactly. Ready to provide immediate critical care the second each infant is born. These babies are tiny, often very premature, and need instant assessment, maybe resuscitation, stabilization. Each neonatologist has their own station-ready incubator, oxygen, all the specialized gear.
So each baby basically gets its own dedicated medical lead right from birth. It sounds less like a delivery room and more like, I don't know, a command center.
It really is like that.
Yeah.
And beyond the doctors, you've got a large group of specialized nurses, L&D nurses, and ICU nurses, all experienced with multiples and high-risk births, plus anesthesiologists, respiratory therapists, circulating nurses, everyone working in perfect sync. The precision, the coordination, it's fascinating. It's like a real-life symphony where every single action is planned to keep all 5 babies and the mother safe. They also have to account for potential complications like uterine H&E, the uterus not contracting well after delivering so many babies. That's a big concern.
It really is like an orchestra performing something critical, life-saving. The scale, the synchronization, it's just astounding. It gives you such an appreciation for the medical expertise and the intense planning that goes into ensuring a safe delivery in such a unique, high-stakes situation. It's not just about delivering babies, it's delivering 5 often fragile infants, probably prematurely, all at once. A huge undertaking.
Immense.
Okay, so they're here. But as any parent will tell you, that's when the real journey starts, right? Those first few months after birth. For quintuplets, I mean, overwhelming doesn't seem like a strong enough word. What are those first winter months actually like for these families?
You're spot on. Overwhelming. Barely scratches the surface. Those initial months are just. They're defined by huge, relentless challenges that push parents to their absolute limits. One of the biggest, most monumental tasks: coordinating feeding schedules for 5 newborns.
Oh, man.
It's not just feeding one baby when they cry. It's a 24/7 operation. Many families use systems like feeding trains or cluster feeding. Maybe one parent feeds 2 while the other takes 3, or they swap shifts. They often keep detailed logs, use apps just to track who ate what, when, how much, making sure every baby gets enough food every 2 or 3 hours. This often means waking babies up to feed, not waiting for them to seem hungry, just to keep the schedule manageable.
Just thinking about one baby's feeding schedule is exhausting for new parents. 5 on a strict timetable, that's a whole different reality.
It is, which leads right into the second massive challenge: severe sleep deprivation for the parents. With 5 babies needing care almost constantly, real uninterrupted sleep, it becomes a distant memory, maybe even impossible for a long time.
Yeah.
Parents often work in shifts if they can, but the buildup of broken sleep
Yep.
and just being on all the time takes a huge toll.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally. It can increase stress, anxiety, and definitely raises the risk of postpartum depression for moms of multiples.
And beyond the feeding and the sleep, there are the health issues for the babies themselves, right? Especially since they're likely premature.
Exactly. That's the third major challenge, dealing with increased health concerns and the need for close developmental monitoring. Quintuplets are almost always born early, often before 30 weeks gestation. That usually means significant time in the NICU.
Right, the neonatal intensive care unit.
Yeah. And that comes with higher risks for things like chronic lung disease, eye problems like retinopathy, prematurity, brain bleeds, or serious intestinal issues like necrotizing enterocolitis. Then, as they grow, monitoring their development motor skills, speech, cognition, becomes super important. It means constant teamwork with pediatric specialists and getting into early intervention programs if needed. You might have one family dealing with 5 different babies, each with slightly different needs, care plans, and follow-up appointments.
That really highlights how vital comprehensive pediatric care is right from day one. Not just basic checkups, but really watching those developmental milestones closely and tackling any health issues immediately. It's like providing almost custom care for 5 unique little people who all started life under very similar, very high-risk circumstances.
Precisely. It's intensive, individualized care multiplied by 5.
It sounds like those first months are just a complete whirlwind. But looking beyond the immediate medical stuff and the daily grind, there's this huge need for long-term support, right? How do families handle the massive financial side, the emotional side of raising 5 babies at once? It's not just logistics. It's a life event that changes absolutely everything.
You've really hit on a crucial aspect. Raising quintuplets is, well, it's a community effort. There's almost no other way to put it. The scale of the needs is so vast that families have to proactively find and build strong networks. Financial support, emotional support, it's essential for their long-term well-being.
Let's talk finances first. It must be astronomical.
It really is. Think about it. 5 sets of everything. 5 car seats, 5 cribs, specialized strollers, maybe double or even triple ones. Then the ongoing costs. Feeding formula alone can run thousands a month. Special feeding gear, maybe? And diapers. Oh my goodness, diapers.
How many diapers are we talking?
In the early months, it's not crazy for families to go through 50 to 80 diapers a day, plus medical bills. Even with good insurance, NICU stays, specialist visits, ongoing therapies, it can all add up incredibly fast. So meticulous budgeting is vital, and families often have to rely heavily on government assistance, support from community groups like churches or charities, sometimes even crowdfunding just to manage the day-to-day costs.
It's a level of spending that most families, even with twins, probably couldn't fully comprehend. Every single basic need multiplied by 5.
Exactly. And then there's the massive emotional toll, the extreme sleep deprivation we talked about, the constant demands, the financial pressure, the total lack of personal time. It all adds up to significant emotional challenges.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Moms are at a higher risk for postpartum depression and anxiety. Dads often feel overwhelmed, trying to be the rock while dealing with their own stress and the financial strain. This is where emotional support becomes absolutely non-negotiable. Support groups for parents of multiples are lifelines, places to share tips, vent, just connect with people who get it.
Yeah.
Professional counseling can offer coping strategies. And maybe most importantly, a strong network of family, friends, maybe even organized volunteers from the community. People who can offer practical help, like bringing over meals, helping with laundry, or even just holding a baby for an hour so a parent can shower. That kind of help isn't just nice. It's often what keeps these families afloat. You also have to consider the impact on the marriage, on any older siblings. That needs attention and support too. So what this really means for families is that old saying, it takes a village. It's not just a saying for them. It's a literal absolute necessity for raising quintuplets. It really makes you think about the profound impact a journey like this has, not just on the family living it, but on their whole community, the healthcare system, everyone involved. It's an incredible display of human resilience, cooperation, and just the amazing lengths we go to for our kids.
It truly is. Wow. What an absolutely incredible look into the extraordinary world of quintuplets. It's a journey that really showcases family resilience, the amazing things modern medicine can do, and how crucial specialized pediatric care is right from the start of pregnancy through those really demanding first years.
And maybe this raises an important question for you, our listener. Beyond just being amazed by it all, how might understanding these kinds of intense, high-stakes journeys maybe inform your own thoughts about family planning, maybe about community support, or even just appreciating the complexity and advancements in modern pediatric medicine?
That's a great thought. And for more essential insights into children's health, maybe resources if you're facing a high-risk pregnancy, or just to explore expert pediatric advice, we really recommend you visit omegapediatrics.com.
Yeah, definitely check them out.
They have just a wealth of information and expert guidance for families covering everything from routine care to these really unique situations. And hey, if you found this conversation as fascinating and informative as we did, please take a second right now to like this video.
It helps others find it.
Exactly. And subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more incredible topics like this one. And please share this video with anyone you think might find this information helpful or just plain interesting.
Thank you so much for joining us on this exploration.
Yeah, thanks everyone. We'll catch you on the next Have More Babies.